I just feel like if we make it too long, I'd just say, just go.
Just go.
Just
yeah.
go.
Good evening, everybody.
How you doing?
Good evening.
Yeah,
I'm
Kathryn Eipl. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So exciting, the Thursday night show. Listen, we love our shows equally, but if I'm being honest, I kind of like our Thursday night show.
Thursday nights get weirder.
Yeah, they get weirder.
They get weird. Interesting.
Yeah.
You know, there's something about Thursday that gives people the sort of freedom to put their proverbial hair down, and you know, like what I mean, like it just gets a little bit different. Like the Friday morning ones are kind of like, I don't want to say clinical, but a little bit, you know, a little bit more.
I think it's 2 MDs tomorrow, so it probably is a bit clinical.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow we have 2 different doctor conversations, so it will literally be clinical. Yes, exactly.
Oh, well, I'm not a doctor. I mean, I have been recently dubbed the energy doctor by some of my clients, but
let's talk about that then, huh?
Yeah.
Like, wow. So that is funny, actually. And how do you feel about that? You seem conflicted.
no, I think it's a very endearing nickname. When they see me coming, they just say, the doctor's in the house. And then they go, energy doctor.
Yeah. Well, listen, that's uplifting, strangely. I'll be honest. Like, I'm like, all right, I feel a little bit, you know.
It's Thursday. Let's get weird.
It's Thursday.
Come on, let's play with some energy.
Kathryn, you're going to find that Matt and I are both severely ADHD, and I can't help but notice the wallpaper in the background. It's absolutely fabulous.
Thank you. It's actually... One, I've noticed that about your podcast as I've listened to it, and I actually love that about you guys. But this is actually a larger art piece.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Let's see if I can kind of like move it around a little bit.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
This is so exciting for the people on audio.
Yeah.
I know. They're just like,
watch
what
this
is it?
on Spotify.
Yeah. So here it is. It's brownish, some bluish.
I just want you to see the coolest thing ever in the world, but we won't describe it at all.
Yeah. I was going to say, let's not talk about it.
No,
because if they can't see it,
yeah, they're not in the cool kids club, for
you
sure.
know what? I hung this up over here, little tongue in cheek here, right? So this is a moxibustion photo, or a wood block from Japan, and it's literally also erotic art. So immediately it hit.
Wow.
Like when I saw it on Etsy, I'm like, that's kind of weird and funny, but I'll hang it in the background. Yes,
yeah, exactly. Well, Kathryn, actually, your little energy doctor quip was actually the perfect segue into a question that we have, which is, how do you come to be known as the energy doctor?
That is a great question. So I started working in entertainment a long time ago, like a few decades ago. And I noticed that
Were you a child actress? You don't look a few decades old enough to be having a past tense job a few decades old.
Thank you. I know I look rather young, but no, I started working in entertainment when I was in high school doing more like backstage things.
All right, so you were a little bit of a child actor. Like, I mean, I'm not too far off here. You were not an adult at the start of this.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And I did that up until my mid-20s, and then I had a shift moment where I realized that the work that I was doing was no longer fulfilling for me. And it was a really hard decision that kind of spanned, about 2 years to make. And when I was in this turmoil of what do, I just moved across the country, went to grad school to pursue this career that I am now realizing is not for me. So I started going to yoga, because I asked myself, what is something that I genuinely enjoy doing, that I know that when I do it, I will feel better and it will elevate my mood? And one of those things was yoga, which I'd gotten into in grad school. And as I worked more in the industry, I just stopped my yoga practice. I stopped going. So I really pushed myself to get back into it. And when I did, then I was reintroduced to Reiki, which is a form of energy healing that originates from Japan. And through that, I just deepened my own awareness and understanding of Reiki, alternative health. So Reiki led into sound healing led into more exploration of energy and how energy works beyond time and space and through sound. And then I started going back to school because I have, in addition to my theater degree, I have a degree in psychology. So I went back and got a certification for cognitive behavioral therapy, life coaching specifically. And I started working on melding all of those modalities together.
CBD has a life coaching wing. I guess it makes sense. It just
well, if you already have a degree in psychology, it's kind of
well,
you're going back to fill in a gap, not
No, I get it. I've never put those things together. I mean, it makes sense when you're saying it, but I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that could fit together. It didn't. I've never naturally put those two together is all. That's why I was kind of reflecting on that. That's all.
Cognitive behavioral therapy was always one of my favorites because it talks about why you do the things that you do and where it comes from and how to repattern that. So that was just something that's always been impactful for me in my life when I'm working on repatterning and programming my own thoughts and behaviors. Like that's helped me work through some addictions that I used to have.
Okay. Well, that's cool. So it's funny. I'm laughing. Tom knows why I'm laughing because there's a lot of people that we are noticing have this, I don't want to say identical pattern, but very similar progression.
Other than going from psychology and theater, my wife was a teacher, but has nearly the exact same.
Really?
Not CBT, but life coaching as well, and then sound therapy and
And what I find
definitely a yoga instructor. Yeah.
What I find definitely interesting about that is that myself, I didn't take the instructor / coach route, but Tom and I are really into all of this shit and 1,000 other things that are very similar. So like we had a chance to play with it without having to be therapeutic about it. Like we don't have to like study it deep enough to train other people in it. But when we're just throwing around ideas and talking about healing modalities, and when we read news stories, we're like, oh, look what they're doing here. It's a mix of this and that and that and the other. Like we get to play with these things because we get exposure to them, but we don't have to like go to grad school on each one of these topics. You know what I mean? And and I love seeing that you guys do because like I always learn so much from people like you guys because you didn't start there. Like it started with the little thing that led to a bigger thing that led to a really bigger thing. And then it just widens out and all of a sudden the well gets infinite, right? Like and I just think it's cool. And energy is not something that I started with at all. This is a new thing for me. Yeah, like
why does that get a laugh? What was that so funny?
Well, because
I've lived here for 25 years.
Yeah, right. Tom's been doing this forever. I'm like maybe 5 years into the energy as a healing concept. Like it's, and that would probably be generous. I would say it's probably less.
Also very odd. I have a patient that bakes some cannabis products, and this one was just sitting here. So we'll see how weird this gets before the end of the show. Thursday show. So now you're into it, right? Like you're all in. And I guess how do you start to, I don't want to say package that, but put it together into something that you can focus and output on. It seems like you've got that down now.
Yeah, I have created a new method. So previously I had been offering all of those things a la carte and working with people as they preferred, whether that was through sound therapy sessions, Reiki, or more coaching. Because with my coaching, I tend to work a lot with either emotions, addictions, or relationships are the major big three things that I keep seeing. And for a while, I was like, I'm only a relationship coach. And then I started getting people who were working through addictions. I'm like, well, now I'm like this self-proclaimed addiction coach. Okay. So I've expanded that and wide upon that. And I work more with emotions, whatever that is. And through that, I've created the NeuroResidence Method, where that combines learning how to identify your emotions, where you feel them in your body, what comes up for you when you think about them, and creating strategies on how to process them in healthy ways. So that way, if you're super stressed or mad at someone, you're not just having this outburst where you're yelling at them, but you're actually creating a space where you can, maybe it is that you yell and scream, but you're in a space that's your own by yourself, playing music that's going to help you get that cathartic release. And then I pair it with Reiki and sound therapy. So not only are we getting the cognitive side and the behavioral, we're also getting into the energetics of it. So we're having the Reiki move it through so that we can create space for something else. And the sound healing is really just enhancing both of those.
It's pretty cool.
And sound therapy is another one that I'm probably right around that 5-year mark into. Right? Like that's also like another realm of newness in my world, which of those two, I think that's the one that's been the most fast advancing because it's easy to test, right? Like we have Tom and I are big nerds on this neurovisor thing, and
audio visual entrainment.
Yeah. When you have like noise canceling headphones in and you can get that full binaural experience and you have the lights flashing in this pattern, it's like much more impactful than if you just had the lights.
Yeah.
And I use my phone sometimes, like when I don't have headphones near me, I like dozen or so times have had to like just use my phone, and the experience, the visual is still there obviously, but the audio is like, I mean, it's almost like not worth doing if you don't have the noise canceling.
I think that's kind of a nice way to say, like, Kathryn, the way that you're packaging things seems to have that synergistic effect of
that's exactly where I was going.
Different ways those vibrations are getting into the body and affecting someone,
Yes, and that's what I had been wanting to do as I created the method, because I found that like even when I was working with a Reiki client, I would still be using CBT.
Sure.
And then I would start incorporating sound.
Right.
So this was something that like we really get in there on many different frequency levels.
Yeah. And it's funny, I say I'm just new into sound therapy, but I'm laughing now because I remember when I was a kid, I was into car stereos and I used to make the bass like I'd get these huge woofers. And I'm like, you know what? Actually, maybe I'm into this a lot longer than I thought. Because like that the thing about that was the somatic part of sound. Like sound wasn't just sound at that point; it was somatic. Like so.
Yeah,
the impact to your soul is different.
Because you feel it resonate through your whole body.
Yeah.
A comment I get a lot after people have attended my sound healings in person is either, do you like house music or do you go to bass shows? And I just laugh because I'm like, that's kind of like where I started, because I was going to a lot of like bass shows as I was getting more into sound, because you get by the speaker and you just feel your whole body vibrate. I love it.
On my top monitor here, I have what I call my control panel. It's got all my stuff I use every day. There's 4 SoundCloud tabs open always. One to techno, one to trance, one to electronica, and one to dubstep. And
nice.
And I just, depending on my mood, I just kind of...
I only have one monitor.
Huh? No, but like, it's funny because like, why do people do that? Because that beat hits you at a DNA level. It's not just
I mean, it's no coincidence they call it trance,
No.
And think about it. Tibetan monks,
totally.
Mongolian throat singing, all of these things cause a vibration that's deeper than just say like somebody singing out of their nose or, even in their throat. You're feeling that vibrate in your chest.
Yeah, and I think that's why I like those sound bowls a lot too. Like they kind of like they vibrate your organs, not just your ears, right? Like you're like, oh my God, like I can feel this pounding through me. You know, it's like, wow.
Yeah, it's like it goes in one ear and then out the other, and you can trace the sound in your body, like
Yeah,
where
totally.
it's going and how it's landing. It's funny that you brought up Mongolian throat singing because my tattoo artist recently got into that. She's one of my good friends and now
That
business
was the
collaborator.
most yoga teacher statement I think I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I
That was
can't
the
disappoint.
most.
That is what I am.
Oh my God.
That was hysterical. That was my favorite. Well, I'm gonna put that on a fucking t-shirt, Matt. Let's put that in the shop. I fucking
but-
love that.
Send me that one, please.
Yeah.
Well, I think we might have to.
Yeah.
That was amazing, Kathryn.
I think your cookie's showing.
Yeah.
Look, I'm a big dude. That's gonna take at least an hour.
But
that was so perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're thinking about having like a store of shirts of things that have come up that are just so like, I want to have a shirt of that moment, of which when you have a show like this, those tend to come up a lot more than you think they might.
I loved everything about that statement and phrase.
Yeah,
And,
tell me how you want to
and
codify
let me
it.
tell you, the number of people. Baltimore's a weird city. I have a lot
Yes,
of
it
yoga
is.
instructor patients. I have a lot of tattoo artist patients.
Okay.
And
I
some
love
of them,
this.
There's some crossover there. And I can picture that phrase coming out of every one of their mouths.
Oh shit.
I love that.
Please, I did not mean to off-rail us that much, but I want to hear about your
Is there such thing as
throat
off
singing.
rails? I was unaware of what
there
rail
was
we
there
were
was
on.
never any rails. This
Yeah,
is not even.
I'm like, I don't know what rail you're talking about.
But please, I want to hear about your throat singing tattoo artist.
Well, so to clarify, she doesn't do the she isn't a Mongolian throat singer herself, but she's been listening to that music.
Okay.
And so
Yeah.
she was tattooing me back in May, and I come in and that's the music she's listening to in her studio. And she always offers whoever she's tattooing if they want to put on different music. And so she asked me that, and I was like, honestly, I actually really like what this is. Like, I don't know, but it's like hitting me.
Yeah. I'm not sure what I'm listening to, but I don't hate it. It's like,
Yeah. And she's like, this is Mongolian throat singing. I've been really into it lately.
Oh my God. You know, that's the kind of thing where my wife would just be like, come into my office, like unannounced and be like, what the fuck are you listening to? And I'd be like, you know, it's Mongolian throat singing. She's like, oh, I'm so disappointed in you.
Not the techno?
Yeah.
Not the dubstep?
See, we'd started dating in college when I was going to raves, and that was like all I listened to. So she has known that side of me for a long time. You know, now that I'm peeling this back, it turns out I've actually been into sound therapy for much, much longer than I had given myself credit for previously. I'm going to retract that statement altogether. Apparently, this has been a recurring thing. So, yeah.
I don't want to admit in college I was very, very into ska, and I still am.
I mean, ska is a magical thing too.
I think so.
See, I feel like I had my ska time when I was in high school.
Yeah,
we're that much older than you.
Yeah.
But you know, I will tell you, I stumbled onto some Japanese reggae recently.
What is that like?
It's insanity. It's amazing.
Yeah. Wow.
Now I'm gonna have to look into that. I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, that's a thing apparently. I'm finding out about it the same time as you.
So many things are things.
Okay, so
yeah,
we're in this together.
Thank God the internet exists because there's a lot of things out there.
If you guys haven't seen the show called Letterkenny, and I absolutely think it's flawless if you're ADHD and want to learn weird Canadian accents.
Yeah,
but they have a group called the Skids. And the Skids are just druggies. They all wear the same overalls, but they'll start naming these music genres that clearly don't exist. But they're like,
And then Tom Googles it and
I'm
finds
like,
a whole
wait a minute.
subculture on it.
and then now I'm playing around on Spotify and I'm like, son of a bitch, that actually exists.
Yeah.
You just had no idea.
No.
No. Honestly,
No.
I swear if you played spin the wheel and you had two people with two wheels and each one had just random shit in a circle and any combination of those two wheels, there's probably a Reddit on that somewhere. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's almost like automatic to assume that there's a whole culture around anything you could think of. like it doesn't really matter.
And there's
what the thing
diehard
is.
fans.
And
Diehard fans.
there's a mayor of that channel somewhere, right? Like, I mean, oh man. So I'm not gonna lie.
We should talk about you, Kathryn.
We should probably talk about you. Well, I mean, I think we're actually uncovering that Kathryn's like a real, like, not so closet rave, not ska anymore kind of person. Like she's
I can't tell you the last time I listened to ska, but I do enjoy some good raves every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's funny about this is I have a 17-year-old son who calls it EDM and has since he was, old enough to listen to music. And I got annoyed one day and he played something. He's like, dude, this is great. It's nothing like you. And I knew I had this on my phone and it took me a minute to find it, but I'm like, oh, you mean like this? Like, I was like, this is off a CD I bought at the mall in 1994. Like, I'm just letting you know, like, this is not new.
This guy's older than me.
Yeah. Like I 100% promise you did not invent this. Like, let me tell you, and he's looking at me like, what the fuck? I'm like, yes, music existed before you. And by the way, you just changed the name of this, by the way. It hasn't changed at all in 30 years.
I know.
Yeah.
EDM is so broad. It fits
it's
all
every
these...
genre. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that not check with that generation? They're just too lazy to subcategorize.
No, because I've been watching an Instagram guy that's like, have you heard? I know you heard of Rubiton, but have you heard of Moombaton? And then I'm like, what the fuck is this now? And now I'm listening to artists that I've never heard of, and I'm very confused.
Oh wow!
So Moombaton is a thing?
It is a real thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and it's
I feel like you're just making up. Can we get some fact checks?
Look, I mean, if you would like me to share my screen, I'll do my presentation now. But we could totally. I mean, we did listen to RZA's meditation CD that one time.
Oh yeah,
we
did
could
have
stream
a viewing
that
party of that. Yeah. By the way, don't hate it.
Amazing.
It was actually really
absolutely amazing.
I mean, I haven't listened to her meditation. RZA's meditation
from Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang.
Oh,
like it is the most unexpectedly enjoyable thing I've ever watched in my entire life.
Matt and I were going to do like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 with that CD, and we put it on. And other than a kind of goofy intro where he's talking about the tea company that's his sponsor for this, he has Wu-Tang beats in the background of every meditation. He does 6 different meditations and introduces a core principle of meditation in each one, and it's fucking amazing.
It's so weirdly spot on that you kind of want to be like, what the fuck? Who is his coach for this? Because there's no fucking way. Like anybody other than like a real like yogi meditation guru is going to know.
Like he knows his shit.
He went deep. Like it was interesting. Wow.
Well, now I have to listen to this.
It is.
It's only about a half an hour, 45-minute long CD, but it's solid.
It is definitely.
All right, I'm gonna find that.
The most unexpectedly enjoyable thing I've probably listened to ever. Like,
it was very like, because we're just gonna rip into this, right? And I'm like, well, I don't want to piss off the Wu-Tang land. There's like 90 of them, but then they came on, and we're like, this is amazing.
Like, I weirdly can't make fun of this.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like, so yeah. Anyway, see, there you go. Little homework for you.
And if Wu-Tang is listening, you can come on the show whenever.
Yeah.
Please sponsor them.
We would even kick Kathryn off right now if we called us up. We're like, listen, I'm sorry, but I love you.
I wouldn't be offended. I would understand.
We would leave you. We would leave you on. I think we can have like 90 people on this thing.
Yeah, we could probably have room. It's not like they charge us by the box here. You know what I mean? We're just.
I told you Thursday night it gets weird. Weird.
I'm loving it.
So where do you land with all that? Speaking of which, right? Like you got this like formula or a method. Like what sort of like was the North Star of the method? Like, do you have a yardstick that you're like, oh, I got to where I wanted to be, or was it sort of just feeling your way through it?
It was honestly more feeling my way through it, because as I was transitioning out of entertainment, I walked off a really big project that would have, taken my career to the next level. And I just got to this point where I had to have a heart-to-heart with myself, because if I went forward with it, I knew I was looking at least 6 months of being super miserable in Saudi Arabia, and I didn't want to do that to myself.
Right.
So I decided to leave, and I was like, well, I am a newly trained yoga teacher and meditation guide. I'm getting my Reiki certification. I have this cognitive behavioral therapy, life coaching. I don't know how all of this is going to package together, but let's try.
And in the meantime, I'm going to work at Lululemon and sell yoga mats. I can figure it out, because you're like, I don't know what to do with that. Like, how do you it's not like you have a formula. Like, no one hands you a playbook with that cocktail list.
I have never worked at a Lululemon or a yoga store. I have worked at a crystal shop, though.
Okay.
It's probably not surprising.
Yeah. Well, no,
that's a good T-shirt quote too.
Yeah.
I have worked at a crystal store.
I have worked at a crystal shop. And we're gonna have to do it in women's sizes, I think. But I will definitely rock a crop top of that one.
I don't know. I've known some men who've also worked at crystal shops.
How many of them have a ponytail?
Wow.
I'd say maybe about 50%.
Yeah, the other half are probably bald.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know I'm a trope.
So does that mean you worked at one too?
Yeah.
No. But I did do an acupuncture event at a Lululemon once.
Okay. That must have been very exciting.
Well, it's funny. Like I said, I know every yoga instructor in Baltimore, so it was just like, being at work, except
being at work, you just saw all your friends.
A lot more lycra.
Yeah. Oh man.
Change of scenery. It's always nice.
Yeah. No, you never can tell. So you got, I don't know, so my thing with this whole field is that I think that it's so open.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so many ways this presents, and we keep talking to people that do the same thing, but they do it so differently that it almost qualifies as like a different thing. Does that make sense?
It does.
And that's what it's kind of interesting, because there's so many expressions of this that it would be, I was fucking with you with the Lululemon thing, but I would be lost. I'd be like, I don't know. I feel like I would have to dial in which way to go. And you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I'm an accountant, I add up shit. You know what I mean? That feels pretty straightforward, right? This is definitely the opposite of that.
Yeah. So I kind of went in the very opposite direction. Is when I was working in entertainment, I was very structured. I had a plan. I had a schedule. I knew what the project's projections were. So then when I walked off my last project, I was just like, oh shit, I have no safety blanket. I literally don't know what my tomorrow is going to look like. I did not think this through. I just followed my heart and went, can't do this, I'm out. Which some will have their opinions on that, but I had to do it. And so then I just leaned super hard into more of the feminine and flow energy versus the structure. And I just let myself be open. I was like, I will put my offerings out on a website. I had started working with a graphic designer, so she made my website look nice and pretty. And at that time it was just yoga, meditation, Reiki, I was still learning sound therapy, so I hadn't put that in there yet. And then I started talking to people that I was still connected with through entertainment. And a lot of them were actually interested.
Mm.
And then I realized that the people that were coming asking me for stretches or things to do were actually mostly men. So then I started targeting my yoga practice towards men, which worked for the first like year or so.
That's cool. Yeah,
Why,
Dave,
why did it stop working?
It didn't necessarily stop working, but that's when I started to get introduced to other networks.
Okay.
So when I started teaching yoga, it was at that small studio that I trained at.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got connected to a CrossFit, and I was teaching yoga to a bunch of CrossFit guys.
Yeah.
I love it.
Which I loved it. They were super sassy, and I threw a block at one of the CrossFit coaches on the first day.
That's funny. Mark Devine, Seal Fit guy, has a yoga method called like Kokora, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And it's basically like a yoga style outside of his Seal Fit thing, but it's very, very masculine sort of.
So does Diamond Dallas Page, right? Does
he have a
the
yoga
wrestler
form too?
had one? Yeah, he has a yoga style too.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. Yeah. Everyone's specializing apparently. I didn't realize it was as widespread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then from there, I just started getting more females who were interested. And this was when I was living in LA. I'm in San Diego now. Right about the time that I started all of the yoga teacher trainings and got certified, cannabis was becoming legalized in California. So then that opened up the door to do cannabis yoga classes, which was huge.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
So then
I'm like so shocked.
you never would have thought of pairing cannabis to yoga, right?
You know, speaking of things I never would have put together. Wow, this is so shocking.
That's like Jon Stewart in Half Baked, where he's like, "You ever see a 20? You ever see a 20 high?"
Yeah.
It's like I feel like let's do this stoned. Sounds great.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. I digress.
No, that's good. It was a great little community. Every Wednesday we had our canna yoga class. We would welcome people in. It was like a little smoke session before class, and then we would start the yoga practice, and it made it more fun because everybody was on some level of a common ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then every now and then, like, I would look around and like people would be struggling. I'm like, do we need a smoke break? Is this time for a smoke break?
Or you know what'll help with coordination? More weed.
Wow.
Yeah. I have a chillum. I've done the boom shankar and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't know Tom would be doing that, huh?
Tom knew he would be doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Tom's sitting here talking about chillums. I'm like, ooh, I remember a chillum when I was in college. Somebody was
look,
like,
you know, I got into it because of the holiday of Shiva, where like in India they all like all the Brahmin get like fucking baked all day, like eyes blood red, and they do what is it? It's hash and tobacco mixed, right? You know?
Yeah, I was in India. I experienced that.
Yeah.
I mean, is it good weed?
I mean, it's hash.
It's
not.
It's
even,
a lot of weed, and it's very strong.
It's very strong.
Doesn't. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't taste like the cannabis flower we're used to here. It's got a very harsher, deeper aroma
tastes
to
like
it.
Tastes like a pine nut, doesn't it? Like it's a little bit like I had something that I thought was hash in college, and it was basically like just really like piney, just sort of like woodsy.
Kind of. We used to mix it with tulsi and lavender. when we were in
Oh.
India to kind of make it a little bit
More
more,
palatable.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Never smoked lavender before. I wonder what's that like?
I think I have, but not with weed.
I mean,
Yeah, you can just smoke regular lavender.
that's interesting. Does it taste like lavender smells? Like, is it-
Kind
it's
of,
kinda like,
yeah.
It smells
okay.
like you're smoking a baby.
Yeah, I'm like, should that be a
Smoke an
t-shirt?
actual baby.
Look, these are weird times, man. I can't.
That needs to be on a t-shirt. It
I was
smells
just
like
gonna
you're
say,
smoking a baby.
Should that be on the t-shirt list as well?
Well, at least we're getting some content for the t-shirt machine. By the way, Matt, I ordered a t-shirt cannon, even though we always never do this live.
I know, but a t-shirt cannon sounds fun. I was just talking about that. The very first, today on a call, the very first Cannabis Cup in Denver, Colorado, I was there taking photographs for one of my
What?
businesses. Yeah, I took photos. I own headshop.com, and I went there because our friends who ran High Times ran the Cannabis Cup. So I got a press pass, all act. It was awesome. It was very exciting because it was the first legal Cannabis Cup, and I got to go around taking pictures of everything. And this dude shoots out a t-shirt cannon, but instead of t-shirts, they were ounces of weed.
That is great.
And he was just shooting them out everywhere, right? And these two guys, like younger guys in their 20s, like the weed, it's like almost like in a baseball game where the baseball lands right between you and the other guy, you know, like, right?
Oh no, face off.
You can't tell who caught it. You know what I mean? Everybody's jumping in, bodies are flailing everywhere, and you don't really know. And then it got down to the ground and they pull it, and then they start pushing, and then one guy takes a swing. And this dude who was easily 7 times the size of these guys that were fighting literally was like, whoa. And he just like, it's fucking weed. Like, and just was like, calm the fuck down. And then he's like, dude, it's free. We're literally giving it away. We'll just get you a bag if you're going to fight. Like, what the actual fuck is your problem? And I just remember going, I still don't know if I'm ever going to get over this, because even though it's free and they gave it around, I'm looking for 5-0 going, fucking run, dude, run, take your weed and run. like, I'm just like, you know, because I still can't get over the fact that it's not illegal. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I grew up illegal, and you're like, you can't, you know, in high school, you smoke weed, you could go to jail, bro. Like, you don't want to fuck with that.
Yeah, it's different times now.
It's very weird.
Well,
Very
in the
weird.
starting of our show, it says they used to say not to take drugs. Now they tell you to take drugs. Like,
It's so funny. It's so weird.
But then
I
it's
left
like,
the
go for it.
ahead, Kathryn. I was just going to say, the first time I walked out of a cannabis dispensary here in Maryland, I asked the woman who checked me out, I'm like, I just leave?
do I just
walk out of here? What do I do? Do I got to put it in my like
when they let me out of the hospital with my first child? I was like, you're just going to let us walk out of here with this thing? Are you serious?
There's
like,
no test to make sure that we're going to keep this thing alive.
Are you sure I'm supposed to take this?
It's harder to buy a guinea pig at PetSmart than it is to take this fucking kid home. That it feels weird to me. I'm not sure. Yeah. So yeah, no, I hear you. It's weird, isn't it? You're like, oh man,
Yeah.
just do whatever we want.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say on the, you know, they used to tell you not to take drugs. Now they tell you to take drugs, but now it's medicine.
Yeah, of course. Because you know what else we're good at over all this time? Marketing.
Mm-hmm.
We're not good at much else, though.
Yeah. You know, we really are fucking ninjas at marketing. And I'm like, yeah. So weed got a much better PR agent in the last 30 years is what happened.
That's pretty much what happened.
Pretty much all it happened, right?
Yeah.
And then the psilocybin folks, they just hired the weed guy, and he just brought on.
Guy.
Yeah, you know.
But now he's the psilocybin guy.
Now he's the psilocybin guy.
Honestly, we've heard that story about 30 times.
Oh yeah.
I made a ton of money in weed, and then I lost it all. And now I sell shrooms.
And now I sell mushrooms. Yeah. You're like,
I've heard that too. Yeah.
That tracks.
But it is funny. Like, I mean, look, I own Head Shop, like I said, and every year there's like a trade show, and you go there and you see like the sort of, you know, tech du jour or theme du jour of the year, right? And Kratom or 7-hydroxy was last year's, and Kratom was the year before that. And, you know, then Amanita muscaria, I think, was the year before that. Like, you had all these like themes, right? And they, aside from the predator guys that are just bottom feeding, selling low grade shit swept off the floor somewhere in India or China, like, which there are plenty of those people out there. What I do find interesting is that it does track to this sort of like cultural awakening that's happening globally. There, that's the commercial tip of the spear. So it's like real plastic neon, you know, watered down pixie dust version of it. But like in its purest form, metragenine is absolutely definitively therapeutic. So, but 7-hydroxy is much more potent and a lot cheaper and easier to make, and so molecularly different enough to fall outside of the boundaries of the law. But
loopholes.
And it's probably missing a lot of the native effects.
We're going to have a big
plant.
discussion about this for the Friday morning show with the 2 PhDs who do kratom advocacy tomorrow.
Nice.
Which is, yeah.
And that's what I like about, you know, so, but that's my point, right? Like when you're doing kratom and you're into the things that kratom is actually known for medicinally, that's totally awesome. And it's one thing, right?
Right.
But then once a bunch of people like Kathryn get involved and they're like, look, I'm treating all these people. Then there's also this private equity guy who goes, well, let me
there
make
seems
a really
to be
cheap,
money
shitty
here.
version of this. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's when they show up at trade shows.
Yeah, and then it's also like,
again,
how can we regulate this?
Yeah. Well, no, they don't. They don't want regulation.
They don't want regulations. They're anti-regulations.
Trade show where they do the next thing. Like it's a Ferris wheel. They've
already burnt out something.
Yeah, they've already torched something to the ground and gotten regulations changed to outlaw it. And then they move to the next thing. It's usually one molecule different than the last thing, but you know.
Well, and that's like what happened with cannabis and psilocybin. It's like cannabis has gotten more regulated now, and then it's like, okay, well, let's ditch that.
Yeah, let's move on to this other thing. Yeah. But like I said, it tracks to a global thing, right? So like what you're doing, for example, like 5-10 years ago, people would look at you like you were batshit crazy, myself included, because like all of that stuff individually was a little fringy, some of it a lot fringy, and then stacking it together like it makes it any better would almost be laughable. And now it's like Tom and I are going to make a t-shirt about it kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like it's like one of those kind of, you know, it's like, oh, well, of course, that makes sense.
I didn't know this was a work session.
Yeah.
I haven't been writing these down.
Well, good thing you can play it back as you edit it.
Don't worry,
we never listen to these. No, we can't do that.
Yeah, I know. But AI will work it out for us. Maybe we need an
AI will
algorithm
let us know what we said.
Give me all the t-shirt ideas, please.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Gotta love AI.
Yeah. Oh, no. Totally. So
we're
what
gonna put
are
it
you
to
up
work
to nowadays? Like your clients that come to you, do they come for you to stack this sort of like special sauce kind of modality that you got together, or are you still sort of a Swiss Army knife, or how's it working nowadays?
I'm still a bit of a Swiss Army knife. So I have this method, the NeuroResidence Method, and this was the first year that I've actually packaged it and labeling it as the NeuroResidence Method, because before it was just kind of a combo offering with my coaching. So I still do the NeuroResidence Method for clients, and then I also do a lot of individual Reiki sessions, sound therapy sessions. I have also create ceremonial experiences for people that they can custom tailor the ceremony experience to themselves. So I offer a few different things like yoga, Reiki, sound therapy, cacao ceremonies, sometimes plant medicine. And then from there, they can choose up to 3 of those, and then we'll create a ceremony. And in August, my tattoo artist friend, Justine Alvarez, and I created a new ceremony offering, which is sound therapy and tattooing.
I saw this online. I was kind of excited about that.
Yeah. And with a dash of Mongolian throat singing.
But yeah, you might as well
only
mix
if
it in.
they want.
Yeah,
I've got to work on that, actually. Learn how to do it myself.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I mean, if it didn't involve Mongolian throat singing, I'm pretty sure I can't talk to you anymore.
I'm out.
For you, we'll make the exception.
Yeah, right. Although that would be wild, wouldn't it? Like a crazy energy healing session while somebody was literally doing that in the same room with you. Like that would be kind of interesting.
Yeah,
that might work actually, Tom. Like that.
You know, like I had these fantasies of like going up to Peabody and finding one of the musicians that has specialized in Chinese instruments and be like, just follow me back to my clinic. just sit here and play.
Yeah, just play right here.
Just play. All right, somebody make some tea. Let's make this official.
Get in my van. I've got acupuncture.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Oh my God.
I know people that have tried that. It just doesn't work.
It's not as
alluring as candy or puppies.
Yeah, candy and puppies definitely the way to go with that. But Kathryn, I don't think I asked you, where are you? Oh, you said San Diego. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, where could you possibly be in California that this works?
I would say most of California. No, but that's just me as an East Coaster.
I was like, normally I'd say, where could you be? But I'm like, where could you be in California that this actually works?
I mean, pretty much anywhere in California.
I know.
But
I'm from California as well, so I can make fun of California. I feel like it's my.
I feel like most people, birthright. Anyone who's lived there, can make fun of it.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I've been an East Coaster my whole life. Fuck you, I'll make fun of it.
Yeah.
What is it, pussies?
There's that East Coast personality.
Yeah. You know what? I keep saying Mark Twain had it right. You got to live on both spots, right? California.
Live in California before you get so soft.
Yeah. East Coast, but not so hard. Yeah, there's some sage wisdom in that. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. And I've lived on the East Coast for a bit. I'm originally from Chicago, and my sister used to live in Baltimore and New York.
Yeah.
So
that's Tom.
I'm familiar with those.
And I'm originally from New York. Matt lived there for a while.
And I lived in Hoboken for a while. Yeah, a long time actually. So yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Is your sister still in Baltimore or no?
No, she is in Philly now. So
okay, not too far. Got it.
She's more of the East Coast. She did move out to California to be closer to me, but back on the East.
That didn't last long. She's like, this Mongolian throat singing is getting a bit.
This is killing me.
I have to get out of here. It's too much. I can't take it. My sister's nuts. I'm leaving.
That's probably a big part of it. We were all living in LA, and then during the pandemic, I moved south and went to San Diego. And then they were like, well, you're not here, so we're leaving. Bye. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But well, listen, also I'm weird, so
I'm not going to argue you getting out of LA. That place is not my cup of tea. I feel like it's too much.
I don't even know how I lived there. I was there for 8 years. And once I left and went to San Diego, I was like, this is so much better.
Yeah. Although I could see what you're doing being very lucrative in LA. Like that feels like they've got the sort of socioeconomic and cultural sensitivities to be able to kind of swing that way.
I would say let's not knock LA too much. I'm looking at our demographics.
Yeah.
I mean, LA is great. It's great.
Yeah. Fuck them. I don't care.
Let's just here. So to speak to that point, Matt, before the pandemic, I was able to live in Santa Monica, pay for rent, all of my basic bills and everything by doing 2 goat yoga, cannabis, sound healing events a month.
That was the most yoga thing I've ever heard, right there.
The
most yoga and the most LA thing.
I love literally every word of that paragraph. Like I am so in love with all of that I can't. This
is going to be a big thing.
Yeah, no. First of all, I have not yet done goat yoga. The pooping thing kind of gets under my skin a little bit, probably literally and figuratively.
Okay, so because of this, I have now seen a lot of goats poop.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because they can't control it when they have to go to the bathroom, they just go. But it comes out in pallets, so it's actually easy to clean up.
While I understand that to be true, I also don't want one shitting on the back of my back.
I understand, but it's like that's the risk.
It's the risk. Yeah. I mean,
it's
a risk
better than them peeing on you.
Yeah. Well, that also would probably be more unwelcome for sure.
I took my kids to a goat yoga class and I said, okay, you going to bring your mat? They said, no. I said, why not? They're like, I'm going to borrow one because something's going to shit on it.
Yeah.
And 30 seconds, she rolls the mat out. Goats come running out, stops right in front of her, takes a dump. She was like, I knew.
I knew. Because
knew.
There's goats
Smart.
involved, so.
Why?
Yeah.
There's wild animals in a yoga studio.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the
that
summation
is dead
of
right.
that. Yeah.
What happens?
Although we did do one with the woman brought fainting goats.
Fainting goats.
It's a weird genetic anomaly, right? And they grade them from 1 to 3, right? And you Google this shit. It's hysterical. But after the end, I said, you got any of them fainting goats? She laughed and she goes, yeah, these 3 are, right? So she's got all these little goat kids running around and she goes, one falls over, and now both my children are chasing around the goats, terrifying them, and they just literally just stiffen up and fall over. It is so fucking... And the goat's fine, but it's hysterical. Like, you watch it, like, there's a guy with an umbrella, he opens it up, and all, like, the dozen goats in the all fall over.
I had never heard of that. That is amazing.
Yeah, trust me, it's a thing. I'm not making it up. They go hypertonic. They just stiffen up and fall over.
And Tom has the YouTube video of the guy with the umbrella, like probably as a screensaver. It feels like.
He's
like,
look, man, there's a handful of videos that if they pop up, I will always watch them. And that is one of them.
That's fair.
Wow.
It's an educational show. It's an educational show.
It's an educational show. Kathryn, I'm sorry, not sorry that we've talked about almost nothing important.
She picked Thursday night, man. It's a wild.
Yeah.
I mean, I was only given Thursday nights.
Yeah, no.
Well, probably our Fridays were all booked. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's probably also true.
Yeah, they're booked through January, actually.
Oh my God. Oh, I love that you picked Thursday though. This was like the best Thursday we could possibly have.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I didn't exactly know what we were going to talk about, but I'm loving this whole thing.
We have never known what we're going to talk about.
Yeah. There's a guy down in Virginia that it does energy beds, like med beds, and he wants us to go down there and do a live show. And I really want to go, Sean. And he was on the show, and it was amazing.
Oh, I listened to that episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's great.
You're that good.
Yeah, I'm the sole listener.
Listener.
You're the one
picking us up in the West Coast.
Yeah. No, Sean's amazing. He sells all these cool fucking toys, and I just want to like go down there and like. The problem is you can't reasonably do under like a 10-hour show in a showroom like that because you're just going from one awesome thing to the other. But
yeah,
good.
Just to let yourself really experience it, you're gonna need at least an hour with each thing.
Yeah, our buddy Brian's got this chamber, and we're getting him on the show soon. But it's like a stack of modalities, and energy is at its core, right? Like, and you're in this like poured resin chair that's at 0 gravity, and it's got these transductive speakers bolted, like melted into the resin, and there's a screen that comes over. It's red light on both sides. It's a PEMF. It turns you into a PEMF antenna.
You got hydrogen gas pumped into a nasal cannula.
Like, yeah, it's awesome.
And then he had a guy in a yurt somewhere make some music for.
Yeah, he lives in a pyramid apparently.
A pyramid. It's a pyramid.
Yeah.
Where? I want to go there.
I want to say Tibet or Sri Lanka, or one of those kind of places. But yeah, he's got a whole orchestra situation going on. It's awesome.
That's a t-shirt too.
And it's exactly 28 minutes. There's something with that number too. I don't know yet what the number situation is, but 28 minutes represents like a full cycle of something, and it's all very calculated. But like at its core, that's a really, really fancy energy thing, and all these little beds are also energy things. So then it begs the question, why do we like energy so much? I have 3 sessions of my Beamer mat every day, and I feel weird if I don't do it. I love the energy of the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's it's universal. Like when I do it, I feel better. Period. Full stop. It's the weirdest thing though, because you don't know why you feel better. It's hard to really enunciate.
Yeah, and there's a level to that because it's one, everything is energy. We know that. Everything's comprised of energy. So then when you take the time to consciously shift and or adjust your energy, of course you're going to feel different. But there isn't a way where we can track like, oh, this is what happened to my energy level. This is the chemical that shifted, or this is the hormone that is now being triggered. As we all don't have that luxury. Like there are some people that can study that. Like if you're in a lab, that's cool. But doing it at home, you probably don't have that.
Right. No, and you want, like, look, I'm the guy who wants all of these devices at my house just
Me too.
I like the convenience of them, and I also like having them. I don't know, it's like a weird, some people
I'm all into biohacking.
Yeah. Oh my God, I got a whole drawer of shit right down here. Like
oh, you don't even know. Like, look, we can pull stuff up all.
Yeah, we got it. It's littered all over the place. Yeah. I mean, you name it, it's here. But I do like that because it's like sometimes, and it's funny because like these devices, and we've had a lot of them on the show, so I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way, but like, I don't love any one of them. I really, really like all of them. And so like some days you gravitate towards this, some days you want to do that. Sometimes you don't touch that for 6 months, but then you touch only that for 6 months later. You know what I mean? So it's nice to have like a really wide collection. But like some things are kind of like every day now. That neurovisor, that's an everyday thing for me now. And that's not energy, but I feel like when you mix sound and light together, it really is energy in the sense it's creating an energy in me. Right.
That was one of the few things that I've done that the demo, I was like, what the fuck was that? Right. Yeah. Like you can hit me with a hammer sometimes and I'll be like, oh, that was cute. And then that was different. That was,
I've done a few demos of that too. And every time I'm just like in this weird state of like, I know I didn't take any psychedelics.
Yeah. Right.
But it feels like I did. Yeah. And all that was just light and sound.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of funny because we had another guy on the show that's like, I haven't taken mushrooms in like 20 years. And yet every day of my life, I'm essentially can turn on and off that state at any time. And I was like, that's kind of a cool trick because if you could master that, I feel like that really what that's really saying is that you have a mastery of sort of your deepest inner modulation capacity, right? Like you're, and that's actually an impressive accomplishment, right? Like, cause that's different, right? If you can modulate at that level, you've kind of gotten somewhere, you know what I mean? Like you're in a location and it's hard. I see people every day, like freaking out, like, people like keeping control of your state is an increasingly hard thing to do.
Yeah. Cause we weren't taught, many people weren't taught how to regulate our nervous system. So it's just like we were just taught to work, go through the day, keep going, push yourself, come home, take care of the family, and repeat.
Right.
Yeah.
Like there was no, okay, you're feeling upset. What does that look like? How can you get back into your parasympathetic nervous system?
Right.
I don't even think I learned about the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system until I was probably in college.
Yeah, and for me, it was even after that. And now I'm watching this show barefoot on a grounding mat because like it's nighttime, and you know what I mean. Like it's like that's not like that's what I do
with
now.
Your red light glasses, probably.
Well, look. Okay.
You mean these?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I can't wear them because Dave Asprey wears them everywhere.
Yeah. No, I find it to be a little bit too pretentious. I do prefer wearing them. Like the vibe is cooler, but like the look when I see myself on camera, I'm like, no.
If anybody ever describes this show as part of the manosphere, I will punch them.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I can't. I
can't deal with that douchebaggery.
I can't. I just can't. Yeah.
Noted. Okay.
But
there's some
to
things
speak,
that even my biohacking like desire is trumped by just looking like a douchebag. Like I try to minimize that part.
I think I think there's a
feel you
lot
on
of
that.
douchebag signaling though now these days. Like they want you to know they're a douchebag. They don't know why, but they want you to know.
They desperately want you to know that they are.
Anyway, parasympathetic nervous system.
Yeah. But we have, we have the Sensate too. He was on our show, and I love that
Good
thing.
dude.
But like, I don't use that like every day. Like, I'll use that intensely for like 2 weeks. I'll reset the clock, and then I might not use it again for a couple months. But I mean, I regularly use that. For me, I stretch while I meditate a lot. I find that like
me too.
When I'm a big Muse guy too, the birds in the Muse headband, like I could like machine gun them if I'm stretching. It's way hard to do that if I'm not somatic in some way. Like I have to be, there has to be some physical input in order for that to like click, that coherence for me personally. And if I can't use the Sensate while I'm doing that, because like those old Garmin chest straps that for your heart rate. Yeah. I actually grabbed one of my old ones just to hold it against my chest, because like every time you lean forward, you move, can't really, and you really need that to hit your sternum to turn your chest into that microphone that you need it to be. And that's kind of more of a tactile problem for me. I'm slowly figuring out.
I think we just need a bigger, like, what would that be called? Haptic speaker. In that
or
thing,
just
like,
let me turn the volume up double as high. Like if I can make it vibrate like harder, then I wouldn't need it to be so stationary on my chest.
You want it to go to 11?
I want it to go to 11. Like that's what I'm saying.
But they only go to 10.
But they only go to 10. If only we.
Why
had
not
one
just
that went
make
to
10
11.
louder?
Yeah. Can you make 10 louder? Yes, I think we can. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I saw a reunion of them talking about Ozzy Osbourne, and I'm like, wow, yeah, they're really fucking old.
Yeah, they're not young.
But it was
wow.
They're not young, man. Not young at all.
No.
Mm-mm.
So, Kathryn, I literally could talk to you till like forever, but at some point we're going to have to, aim for the door. You know what I mean? Like there's an inexhaustive list of things I could talk to you about. Trust me. I mean, I feel like you're a good sport for anything.
Thank you. Yeah. It's been fun chatting.
Yeah.
So
let's get to
never
the
again. I'm
commercial
kidding.
Yeah.
We're definitely not like regular podcasts, but
and that's why I love your podcast so much, because it's real.
Yeah. Well, we try.
Like,
I mean,
is anything real?
Yeah.
Maybe the cookie's kicking in.
Maybe the cookie's kicking in. Yeah. Yeah.
What is real? Are we in a holographic? What?
Oh no. See, that's
Listen,
another 3-hour
the
show.
quantum computer company that I play with, like we are, if you go down that rabbit hole just even a little tiny bit, we are absolutely in a hologram.
I can't do it, man. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'll get a bloody nose or pass out. It's something bad's going to happen.
We had Tony on the show who runs that company, and Tom was like, I think I need to break from the show.
No, because like what ends up happening is you realize that like if there's 37 dimensions, you're not even in a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then it becomes, how can you get to another dimension?
Well, apparently you listen to that show and it gets really fucking weird.
About it. Yeah.
Dave the Mystic will get you there too.
I just had my follow-up with Dave last night. Oh, yeah, he's magic. He's really fun.
I think
turns out my wife
Mystic.
and I have been married in 4 different lifetimes.
Oh,
this
cool.
being our 4th. Yeah.
Did he tell you who those aliens you know are?
He did not. He did not get busy. He said I met 4 though. He stuck to his guns. He said 4 again.
Is your wife the alien?
You know what? He didn't go into that, but
I
apparently
think I saw that sitcom.
Out of the 4 times that we've been married, we have been in this gender role twice and opposite gender roles twice.
Well, the 50-50, so.
I like the good 50-50 split, you know? It's nice and even.
So it's really funny because the first time was like in 1652 and I was a fisherman in Greece and I was like this adulterous alcoholic running around, but I ended up living twice as long as she did. And then in the next
Well, I
life,
think you're in the clear for at least the second half there.
yeah, well, maybe he didn't get specific. Maybe I, had all that sex after she was gone, or maybe I fed her to the fish. It was 1652. There was a lot less rules back then.
Well, I also feel like 1652. How long are you going to live anyway?
How long are you going to live anyway? I lived to 61 apparently.
So what did he do? Did he do the energy clearing or the past life thing with you? What did he do with it?
Yeah.
So, see, I didn't do the past life. He gave me my metaphysical abilities.
Oh no!
That's fun.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah, we went deep into the past life thing, but not past that. But that was cool, man. It was it was actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
By the way, I didn't marry her again until the 1870s, and then she was the husband and I was the wife.
Did she kill you this time?
No, but she lived a little, she lived like 2 years longer than me in that one. And then we were married again in New York City. She was an electrician during the Great Recession in 1929. And so we weren't poor, but we were in a very strict Catholic house. She was also the husband again then. So the joke now is that after I banged everybody in Greece while drinking my way to an early/late for 1652 grave, she said, you know what? I think I'm going to take the reins on this next go around. And somehow she made it to the second one. And after she was in the Catholic house during the recession, I'm like, you know what? I'm taking back over.
She came back as a Jew.
Yeah. I'm getting back in here. Yeah. So, but this is my 277th life. So, I've had a couple.
Oh.
Only 4
Wait a
of them
minute,
have
hold
been
on.
with her. So, but very cool to even imagine that, right, Kathryn? Like, I'm not listen, candidly, I'm not saying that I'm 100% on board with this, but like, if you only assume a couple very small variances of what you currently believe as possibly true, the butterfly effect of possibility down that chain of logic gets very, very broad when you look back to like, well, could I have been a philandering fisherman in 1652? I mean,
could have been.
Should have. I mean, could have been.
I mean, weren't you Jesus and Napoleon like everyone else?
Well, so turns out only about 90% of you is you, and the other 10 to 30% is something you carry for reference, which is why 5 women could be in a room that all say they were Cleopatra, and they're not wrong, but all 5 of them could have actually been carrying part of Cleopatra as reference, and it gets mixed up in signal.
Okay.
I could see that. That makes a lot of sense, because there are so many people that are like, I was Cleopatra in one of my past lives. And I'm like,
totally.
From the way you guys are talking, I feel like you're the ones that had the cookie.
Yeah. I did not eat the cookie, but Matt and Kathryn.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
I don't know if the cookie made me saner.
Yeah. So, Kathryn, let's get to the commercial for you, shall we?
Yes.
Where do we find you? Where do we send people? What are you up to?
She's not sharing this show. She's going to be like these
I
idiots.
want nobody that listens to this crazy show to ever call me, period. Full stop. Thank you. Good night.
Are you kidding? This show is like so unhinged, barely hinged. I love it.
Yeah, like barely hinged. That is definitely the t-shirt. Irreverent Health. Barely hinged.
Well, that's good, though. I mean, like, we have some hinging.
Okay, so back to me.
Yes,
let's get
I'm
into
sorry.
It. For God's sakes, will we please just focus on Kathryn for a minute?
Can we just ask her questions like a regular podcast?
Well, yeah.
We tried that. It failed.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Thursday Night Magic.
So you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Eipl Healing. I'm also on TikTok as Eipl Healing. That's EIPL Healing. And you can go to my website, eiplhealing.com. That lists out all of my services and offerings. You can contact me directly through the website. It has my email and my phone on there too. So if you don't want to fill out a form, you can call me or send me an email directly. And then if you are interested in what the NeuroResidence Method is, I'm offering a free session. So if you go to my website and book a session for the NeuroResidence Method, using the code WELCOME at checkout, you will get it for free.
Awesome. That's very
Cool.
cool
Yeah.
and very kind of you. Thank you for
And that'll be
for
all
offering
in the
it.
show notes as
Yeah,
well,
we're going to
Kathryn.
slather that all over. Our AI does a great job of
Slather it everywhere you can.
slathering it everywhere. Yeah, exactly. You know,
Smear
we want to
it.
be smear it.
Are we
you know.
sure?
Yeah.
I'm the one that ate the cookie.
It would be my like absolute life's best accomplished goal if every one of our past guests just was like super popular after they came on our show. Like I love helping people out, and if we could make everybody just more known, like it's a life well lived in my mind.
There is a whiteboard that has that as part of the plan. I don't want you to think that we're just pulling it together.
We're aiming that way,
It's
but
part of the design to
part of the
rising
design.
tides raise all ships kind of thing.
And it's a cool opportunity and really such a privilege to be able to hang out with somebody like you for a little while, because like we're all busy, and like I don't think any of us take enough time to just take a minute to just laugh and get to know people and hear a little bit about, you know, what they're up to. Because like, look, what you do isn't everyday shit. You know what I mean? Like, and some people might not naturally gravitate towards even calling you in the first place. And if there's some show like this can kind of give people a reason to say hi, then
Yeah. And I appreciate the opportunity to just, like you said, sit down with people and actually talk, get to know people and share. Because it's different when you're on a podcast and people just have standard questions that they ask. It feels so scripted. And it's we're real people. In the day of AI, we don't need that. We need more realism, reminding us what humanity actually is.
people are like, how long is this show? I'm like, I don't know. How interesting are you?
If you're under an hour, we didn't like you.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Are you a dick? Because if so, it'll be real fast.
All right, I'm over an hour. I feel loved.
Yeah. No, Kathryn, honestly, and being all as serious as I think I can muster right now.
With the cookie?
I mean, like, I think showing people personalities also gets the right people in front of you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's always been my philosophy, is I just want to be me, authentic, how that is, in addition to the Cleopatra codes that I have as well.
I mean, everyone's got
it's
to
only
that for
5% of the code, though.
Yeah.
What's the other parts? Like
your
guess?
true self, your true higher self.
Oh, okay. So at least we're retaining but
apparently you have a little room in the trunk to bring other things with you. You must not necessarily
that's a euphemism if I ever heard one.
Yeah. Now the cookie's definitely kicking in.
This is the best cookie I've ever eaten.
Cookie through the airwaves here. So.
And now it's clear who ate the cookie.
Exactly. I'm a little red in the face, but I thought that was comic gold. I don't think that was that did not miss a beat. Pete.
Catherine, listen. We gotta run, but thank you so much for coming.
Let's wrap this up.
I literally love it. You'll be we'll give us a couple weeks and you'll be out on the airwaves.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It's been fun.
Enjoy the Thursday night. And Tom is now he's like, why didn't I eat this an hour before the show?
I didn't even need the cookie.
Yeah. All right,
you didn't, but it was there.
But it was there, so why not?
That's why people climb mountains.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it?
Good night, guys.
Night.
Be subversive, irreverent.
Health is wealth, but you knew that.
Everybody knows that.
But so is following us on social media at Irreverent Health. And check out our website for more exclusive content at irreverenthealth.com.
Oh, I like this.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of Irreverent Health.